Hey, Julie.
Hey, Jeffy.
Hey, Jeffy. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Hey, Jeff. This is a great day. A
Oh my
podcast about Survivor and uh, fast casual dining.
God.
This is a great day. Danielle, perhaps one of the most iconic episodes of Survivor in some time,
I
and
mean,
perhaps two of the most iconic movies of some time also came out this week. And we're going to talk about all of them. Sorry, Danielle, you were saying.
well, you say fast casual dining. I would call us a fast casual podcast. I actually think we should steal that. We are the perfect companion podcast to the Applebee's, Chili's, TGI Friday experience. We are delightful. We have good
Low
vibes,
cost.
right? When you sit there, we're low cost. We're comforting. We're familiar. When you're done with us, you might get a little icky feeling, but that's okay. That's okay. That won't stop you from coming back for more.
Yeah, absolutely. The maybe slow casual
Oh, slow casual. What's
because we
slow
put out
casual?
episodes on Saturday instead of Wednesday night or Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, we're
We're not.
slow casual.
I wouldn't say we react quickly to the
We like to
happenings
let
of
things
Survivor and Big
simmer.
Brother. Oh, yeah, like the braised bourbon beef burger.
I'm I'm gonna put Brad on the spot actually, because we chatted before this and we obviously have texted about Survivor. I'm really hoping you did some work, some due diligence, and transcribed what Jeff said to describe the food and are gonna do a dramatic
I did
reenactment.
I did write most of it.
Okay,
I
good,
wrote
good,
most of
good,
it.
good,
I think I missed the appetizers.
because I put a lot of work into writing down the script from Elsbeth last week, so I just
Okay.
really hope that you did that because I didn't.
I'll just be honest though. I almost did a lot of work because it was Friday,
Yeah,
wrapped up work, didn't really have any plans. I thought, and I knew we were taping here Saturday morning.
yeah,
I thought,
as usual.
should I go to Applebee's for research?
Whoa.
I almost did. I almost went, and then I was like, this is kind of a new low for me if I essentially can't pull up to the bar
Oh.
at Applebee's in Alhambra, California. So no, I didn't, but I did the work of thinking that I would go there. I did the work of
Yeah,
mostly
the
writing
mental
down.
you took on the mental load of going there.
So Survivor on Wednesday was just pure iconic, especially the first 30 minutes. I was gleeful. I was constantly pausing the episode because I had to write down what was happening because I just like couldn't miss a thing and going backwards, and I still feel like I missed stuff. And it it all centers around we've been doing this Applebee's bit for years on this podcast
Yeah.
because we're like watching old seasons of Survivor. We're watching current seasons of Survivor, and I don't feel like they haven't done the Applebee's thing in quite a
I
while.
know. I really
And
thought this was for us.
yeah, exactly. And I think we must have had this complaint at some point in the last few years when we felt the show was getting a little bit stale, which is like, stop sending them to a gazebo and giving them a glass of iced tea
Right.
and a turkey sandwich that you
Generic, yeah.
made. We need the spon-con. The
Yeah.
spon-con is great. And I hope like what happened Wednesday on television that the Survivor community has like rallied around. Like everyone is like, this was incredible.
We liked this.
Perhaps in addition to the money that you get from Applebee's being like, sure, please. Maybe Applebee's was like, oh, we don't have any money. Pandemic. I don't know. But like humans have an emotional connection. American humans have an emotional
Clearly.
connection to our brands,
Yeah,
right?
clearly.
So it's like, what if it were, oh, I need to, it's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or whatever. Would Liz have erupted? But Liz has a daughter, and Liz's daughter goes to get Applebee's every Wednesday night after
Every
yoga.
Wednesday after yoga. She picks up her daughter. They go to Applebee's. Liz gets the bourbon burger.
Street. Bourbon Street Mushroom
Bourbon
Burger.
Street. Sorry. So
I don't
sorry.
think I don't think there's bourbon in it as much as it comes from, it originates from Bourbon Street, the street where everyone gets drunk in New
Yeah.
Orleans.
I need to, yeah, go ahead.
I needed to say one other thing about Liz's uh her tradition there.
Okay.
You would love this. You would love this. Iconic. Liz has a daughter,
Yes.
does classes, yoga,
Yep.
and she turns off her phone.
Mm.
She turns off
I
her
mean,
phone. Have you like not identified with anyone more than Liz?
that's what I am on this podcast to say. And like, I kind of like, I'm reacting so viscerally to the reaction to Liz because
Yes.
I'm like, this woman is a hero. And this woman is having a powerful, primal, visceral reaction to the Applebee's Bourbon Street burger. Like, and that is something that actually is beautiful. I mean, people are calling her nuts and thinking that this is like the craziest reaction ever. Yes, it was. But you know what? It was because it was tapped into something so real. So real.
She gets the burger. Her daughter gets the pizza. At that moment, I was like, Applebee's has pizza? Must be on the
She's
kids
doing
menu.
education on Applebee's part
Must
of
I
menu
know.
items.
If I'm John Applebee, I mean, am I calling up Liz and being like, you're a brand ambassador now. We're gonna pay you $1,000 a post on Instagram just to be like,
I would
love
think
going to
yes,
Applebee's with my daughter.
but I think people aren't appreciating Liz's. I think people are taking it to face value as like, look at this woman lose her shit. Isn't that pathetic? Like, whereas I'm looking deeper. I'm looking into the deeper meaning, which is that yes, not only, I mean, they should make Liz the CEO of Applebee's. She should be the CMO in charge of marketing. She
She's
is a
already a
marketing
businesswoman.
genius. Yeah,
She's a
exactly.
businesswoman. She sold the company. It's not like
She's a millionaire.
yeah.
That, I mean,
It's
you
not like
gotta
her
be a
normal
millionaire.
job is like, I'm a barista. No offense to baristas,
No,
food
not at
industry.
all.
She runs a business. Honestly, Applebee's, like, it's on my, if you're watching on
She did
YouTube.
the best marketing for Applebee's that they've had all pandemic.
Question, Danielle.
Yes. Yeah.
What was better for Applebee's, this moment or the Applebee's and a date night country song?
I don't even remember the Applebee's
From like a year ago, like one of
No.
these like pop country acts was like,
We don't have
wrote a
Applebee's here.
chorus about going to Applebee's, and it was like, it was artistry
It was organic.
because it wasn't like he didn't do it for Applebee's, but then Applebee's was like, can we
Sure.
license this? Can we license this?
Yeah, exactly. How did it go? Can you give me a little sample?
No.
Can you read the lyrics? Just tell me the lyrics.
Oh, sure, yeah. Apple. I gotta Google. You talk for a second.
Applebee's
song.
Yeah, Applebee's song. I think this reaction. Also, I really want to give it up to the editors for like this whole moment. So like, maybe we should set the scene a little bit. It's a reward challenge. It's a reward.
Sorry,
challenge.
I just saw that. I actually just read the lyrics to the Applebee's song. And
okay, read that now. Read that now.
No, you okay. No.
Okay, well, the context is it's a reward challenge, and then Jeff unveils 3 menu items from Applebee's, and then he leaves. There are a couple menu items that he talks about, but that are not revealed, like the Oreo milkshake and the blue rum drink, whatever that was called.
The Bourbon Street Mushroom Burger, smothered in sauteed onions and mushrooms. Oreo cookie shake. And you have to wash it all down. You can't forget the shark bowl.
The shark bowl. Yes. But there was also, there was like the artichoke dip. There was an artichoke dip.
Yeah, there's
or spinach dip.
Yeah, a spinach artichoke dip. It's both.
No sizzling fajitas, unfortunately.
They got a quesadilla, I think.
Yeah, because Tiff, that was what I think pushed Tiff over the edge for her in order for her to not eat her burger. um, okay, we need the lyrics. We need the
Okay,
lyrics because
this
then
is
we'll
a
go
song. The
through
song
even
is
more.
called "Fancy Like," and it's by an artist named
Oh, I
Walker
totally
Hayes.
know. I'm fancy
The
like
Applebee song. This was
Applebee.
huge. This was hugely popular. Hey,
Applebee's on
my
a
girl
date
is
night.
banging. She's low maintenance. Don't need no champagne poppin' entertainment. Take her to Wendy's. Also fave of the pod.
Wow.
Can't keep her off me. She want to dip me like them fries in her frosty. What?
He was like, if I can't get Applebee's,
What?
I'll get Wendy's. Like
What?
that's why this was
That
written.
one is like phallic and like suggesting some
Mm.
interesting things in the bedroom.
Mm.
But every now and then, when I get paid, I gotta spoil my baby with an upgrade. Yeah, AAA. Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got
Yeah.
that Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake. Get some whipped
No
cream on the top
frickin'
too.
way.
2 straws, 1 check, girl. I got you.
Oh my
Bougie
god.
like Natty in the styrofoam, squeaky squeaking in the truck all the way home
Whoa.
with some Alabama jamma. She my Dixieland delight. Hey, that's how we do. How we do. Fancy like.
I totally know this song. Yeah, this song had a real moment. Wow. I think the song was written in a very evil way where they clearly were like, well, I'll either get placement on Survivor or I'll get placement on Big Brother Canada with Wendy's.
Yeah, well, the
Like
line about "dip me in them fries like her frosty," I don't know
are
what that is.
fries the
I have thoughts
legs?
about it. This is an explicit podcast.
Are fries
We
her
curse on it,
legs?
and even I don't know, man.
Dip me in yeah.
Dip me.
He's dipping
She
in
wanna
her
she wanna dip me like
frosty.
them fries in her. She wanna dip me.
Yeah,
The singer, I'm being dipped in her
into the
frosty.
frosty. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
So they do the fucking challenge,
Can we
and Liz would be
continue?
like, "It would be great to win. I have this connection to my daughter. I get the burger, she gets the pizza."
This is like
And Liz doesn't win. Liz doesn't win. Q wins.
and all the
And
while, I just think
yeah.
the editing of this episode was so incredible because, like, it truly is just Liz giving confessionals, talking about how much she loves Applebee's and the burger, like, constantly, and how hungry she is because she has all these allergies where she can't eat anything. And she hates Q because Q has caused drama at every single council and is just like a chaotic player. And she hates him. She doesn't want to work with him. She voted against him last tribal. So it's truly worst case scenario for Liz. She
It's
loses and
it's funny
he
because she
wins.
was one of the few people who voted out Q at the last tribal
She was
council.
out of the loop.
And
She
this
didn't
is
know.
so funny. Yeah, and it's so funny. Q, we get to so Q has to choose who's going with him.
Oh, it's so good too. It's so
And
good.
it's
The
actually the
suspense.
most level-headed and normal Q is this entire season. He's like, you know what? Maria is the only person who's really been kind of treating me nice lately.
Yeah,
Maria.
because we saw the scene. They left in the scene of Maria going to check up on Q
Yeah.
and seeing maybe I can work with this guy. That was great.
And then he's like, you know what? You got to make things right with someone who I've been riding with from the beginning. Tiff, why don't you join me? Okay, whatever. And Liz starts
This is
begging and crying, begging and sobbing. Like, I
she's
need
like,
this.
yes, doubled over.
Also, if I were Q2, I would have been like, girl, can you eat this?
Oh,
Can
she
you?
has experience eating the Bourbon Street burger. She has mentioned it to them. She says it while he's announcing the stuff. She's like, that's my favorite or something.
And Q is like, all right, last pick. And he's like, I gotta keep it Yanu strong, whatever the purple tribe was. Kenzie, come on down. And Liz loses it.
Well, she's like,
Just
she turns away. No, it's very
oh, she's right.
cinematic because it's dead silent. It's dead silent, and she just turns away from the camera. So all
Yeah.
you see is like the back of her head. It's
And,
honestly her Joker moment
and
because
Jeff says something along the lines of like, "Are you willing to share how you're feeling right now?"
yeah, it's very
She
therapy.
turns around, and like she's Molly Shannon in like a sketch from 1996. She screams, "You pissed! I see you eat every day!"
And it's like, it is, I can't think of a time. What's a more iconic, like even Carolyn, who is like such a great character, I don't think had a moment, like a specific moment like this. This is like top 10 immediately in all of Survivor lore. This is a
Yeah,
top 10 moment. This is the type of moment that Survivor dreams of having, that Big Brother dreams of. All reality shows, like this is going to transcend Survivor. This is going to be like a reaction meme, like for
awesome.
all
Yeah,
time. And
yeah.
so I
I
really
hope so.
think this is actually a good thing for Liz. She certainly she is now my favorite player on this season. I don't want her to go home.
Absolutely. No, I tweeted on Wednesday night. I was like, "Who's the most iconic player in Survivor 46?" And it was like Venus. No, I'm sorry, Venus. You've been demoted. It is
Dethroned.
Liz.
Absolutely. Yes.
This quiet young woman, old woman, middle-aged woman.
Our age
Benjamin
woman.
Button. Yeah, literally our age. Yeah. Yeah, she's like now the icon of the season. Like, even if she
And
doesn't go far,
I
like,
really think, to her credit, like I'm going back where I'm actually genuinely on Liz's side because, like, to give her credit, she screams at them. She lets out the primal scream. She cries. She needed to have that moment. Afterwards, she's like, "All right, I'm all good. Thanks for letting me get that out." Like that was a very healthy reaction, I thought.
she also says, "I don't think I screamed that hard during my divorce." Iconic.
I
Ex
mean,
Mr. Liz got
this
off
woman
easy.
This woman has been through so much. She's so hungry. Can you imagine if I was hungry? Sometimes when I am like a little late to getting lunch, I feel that way and I want to scream at people.
I feel that way all the time. I'm always
Yeah,
hungry.
she lived my dream to scream at people with abandon and like not face really any repercussions. So
About
that's my
Applebee's
dream.
too.
Yeah.
Um, if okay, let's just turn the tables a little bit. Q. Did he make the right move? Like, do
Yes.
you defend what Q did?
Yes, because it also Q played his part perfectly because he was so unmoved. Like it was just the perfect juxtaposition of like Liz losing her mind and Q, like classic Q, like this does not phase him. He doesn't care. All he's thinking is like, yeah, maybe this is a good reason to get Liz out, not me. Liz out.
I would even say it's classic Q. It's like, because Q is just like
But that's why it's
he's
classic Q.
surprisingly grounded.
That
I'm
no,
probably frustratingly grounded to Liz because he's just like, "Liz, sorry, I'm doing what I think is best for
it's
me right
classic in
now."
that, like,
Like,
you can never guess what Q's gonna do. He's so chaotic. He is
yeah,
so chaotic that in this super chaotic moment, you would expect maybe for him to like meet her or match her. Instead, he goes the opposite way and is like the most grounded, level-headed we've ever seen him. And some have said, "Oh, cold, cold," and I'm like, I loved it. I loved he's just very
I
straight faced. Like, no, you voted for me. No, no, Liz.
I loved it too. No, I don't even care about the kid part of it. I was thinking too. I was like, Q, you cannot pick Liz because you know what? Also, you're trying to win $1 million, and if someone is literally starving to death, and like that's one less person that you have to like compete strongly against in the immunity the next day. Like, literally, your job on this show is to starve 18 other people to death so you can
Yeah.
win. Eight
That's well, that was
so
the
you
other
can win. Like, if you find like a starfish in the lagoon or whatever, like, you don't even tell anyone. You cook it, you eat it. Just don't even tell anyone. Like, I love
it
when
felt
people hoard
classic.
food on the show. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was great.
It felt like the Survivor, we're always talking about what we miss of like people being mean or making like snake moves. Not that he was mean. It wasn't mean. It was just like, yeah, I'm on a game show and you're not my friend. So like too bad. I hope you keep
Yeah,
starving. Like I
yeah.
loved that. I mean, but here's the thing. It didn't really end there. Like we hit this peak of her screaming at everyone and being pissed off, but the joy continued because then it showed them like going and having the actual
Going
dinner. Wait.
again, I feel like I've asked this on a previous podcast, but they're in Fiji on a somewhat remote island.
Yeah.
And then there's like 4 people from like Indiana wearing Applebee's polos. Where did they get them from? Are
Well,
they
are they execs?
are they execs? Are they maybe waiters who won, or bartenders, hosts who won some
Right.
sort of internal
Like
competition?
employee of the month.
Best
Yeah.
employee of the month, like, oh, whoever makes the most sales of Shark
Mhm.
Bowls in March, the 4
Gets it.
highest Bowl selling
Right.
employees get to be our ambassadors on a trip to
Or
Fiji.
are they central casting waiters?
Or are they like Australian Applebee's people are like, you're closer to Fiji than anyone in America.
Well, I don't remember if they talk at all, but I will say so there were 3 of them, I'm pretty sure. And the one in the middle was this like Brett was right. He looks like corn-fed Midwestern, like
They look
slightly
so
like
American. That
yes,
was
looks
my thing.
very
It's like,
American. But so it's so American that in my head I was like, "Oh my gosh, if we ever cast like the Survivor movie and we had to cast the person who plays the Applebee's waiter, it
oh
would
yeah.
without a doubt be Paul Walter Hauser."
Oh, yeah. Well, we can save some PWH in the news for later in the show.
But he would play that waiter. Like as I was looking at that waiter, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is so him." PWH.
Yeah.
So they're eating, and then this is intercut with like Liz back at camp, still
And
sad.
she keeps saying
Bring it up.
iconic lines about
Yes, it keeps
Applebee's.
going.
The Applebee's brand rep who was there must have been like
They
it's like
oh my god, that
they
was my thought
call
too.
HQ the next day and it's like
You
6 in the
won't
morning
believe
because
it.
of the
Yeah.
time thing, and they're like, "Hey Jim, how did the Survivor brand thing go?" And the rep who is there is like, "You're not going to believe what happened."
Like it could not have gone better. I'm thinking that
A
too. I'm
woman
on
gave us about 45 minutes of straight sound bites about how much and how emotional of a connection she has to Applebee's.
And so genuine. Like you do kind of like it was just so over the top. You do kind of wait for the punchline, but there wasn't one. The punchline was just the fact that she couldn't stop talking about it. And that it's like intercut with her like not being able to eat coconut. And then the other 4 at the Fijian Applebee's at the sanctuary being like, "Oh, you know what? It's too good. I'm stuffed. I can't even possibly have another bite."
And she says too, like in one of her confessionals, she says, "I just wanted a connection to my kid and this delicious juicy burger."
That had to be. That was fed. That had to be
No.
fed to her.
Oh my god. And
It
like
was so
everyone
good.
like gets their line of like, "I love Applebee's too." And they come back, they stay the night, they come back, and Tiffany, this poor
This
Tiffany. Tiffany comes back and she was like, "I was so full, I didn't even eat the burger." And Liz's face like freezes and
She looks
just
off
like
into a
she completely she's
disconnects.
kind of like she's mostly like moved on past
Yeah.
what the mental health crisis she was experiencing about not having a hamburger, but you could see like the last shred of sanity snap within her, and she like nearly goes like just she has this 1,000-mile stare when
Yeah.
Tiffany says, "I didn't even eat the burger." This was just truly iconic television.
I hope that people don't get caught up in like the Liz screaming of it all. I thought that was incredible and great, but like there was so much good stuff that happened after that with Liz that, like it truly kept going. Also, I do want to go on the record when Jeff revealed the Applebee's food as the
Mhm.
rewards challenge. It looked disgusting. That
Dude, it's
burger
been
looked
sitting and
nasty.
it's been like sitting like in the
Yeah,
there,
but
just
I
like
don't think I was like
under like that little piece of netting or whatever, so bugs don't eat it for an
I
hour.
know, but like I think they had to have Liz go the extra mile because like if I was the Applebee's rep and I saw that food as representative of my Applebee's food, I've been like, ugh, you guys couldn't have like flown out a microwave or like I don't know, styled it up a little more. It really looked bad. That burger was it big thick burgers like that are not yummy in my opinion.
Oh, you're wrong. On the Jeff note, though, I don't know if you got this on your
The
version, but on
interstitial.
ours,
I did. I did.
the like sign up for Survivor,
Yes.
like they must have just walked out of camp and the producer's like, you gotta shoot a sign up for Survivor thing right now. And just
Yes.
whatever you're feeling, Jeff, whatever. And it's just like cuts to Jeff like 10 minutes after they leave, and he's like, whoa, yeah, Survivor's tough. Survivor's crazy, man. Just go to the
It was
website
like
if you want to be on. I don't have anything else to say.
it was like first it was like this millennial pause. It was like this pause. And then Jeff went like, yeah, like he was like, whew. like he was out of breath. Whew. Survivor's real. Do you want to be on Survivor? Like sign up now.
Yeah, someone could scream at you if they don't have a hamburger.
It was good. They
You
got
could
him in
be
a good.
yelled at
That
by
felt
Liz.
real. That felt real and raw.
Yeah,
Good
we've
for
had
them.
some really good sign up for Survivors because last week it was like,
Tell your mom.
Tell your mom to sign up for Survivor.
Yeah. So, but just again, I just want to reiterate, Team Liz. I'm Team Liz. I want her to win. I love her. She is representative of all mothers of daughters. Okay, who have a special connection.
Yeah, mothers who are like, you know what? No screen time.
Except
Fancy like Applebee's.
yeah, except for Survivor on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
Dude, I have like
Other thing
wait, I'm just being so honest. When she was talking about how it's her ritual, I said to Thomas, I was like, I can't wait till I have a ritual where I watch TV with Goldie. Like it did hit me. It really got me emotionally. Okay, moving on.
Other things happened in this episode of Survivor. Basically, the writing was on the wall for poor Tiff.
Who is
because
it?
it was just like when someone is that confident going into tribal, it's like it's bad. It just was so clear what was gonna happen. And you know what? Back to Liz, like great acting. Like a bunch of people had to act in that tribal council, and they're all like, fuck Q. I'm done with him. I can't work with him. He took Applebee's from me, my only connection to my daughter. And Tiff was like, she was comfy. She was comfy. And it was like,
she had a
dude,
great
like, this
attitude.
is so I was watching this. I was like, dude, Tiff is gone. There is no way.
I was hoping she was gone because I just was like, I can't lose. Now, like the true pair to watch are Q and Liz. Like Venus has plummeted, unfortunately. This was not a good episode for her. She has plummeted. Ben actually rose a little bit for me. He like takes incremental steps forward. Charlie stayed the same. But Liz,
what's his Van Halen boy is like
Ben. That's Mr. Best. Yeah,
this guy's a complete nothing. Like he's
no,
there.
like
Everyone
him.
thinks he's a fucking loser.
He's like dudes rock,
and he's like dudes rock. Love to shred with the boys. Jeff, give me a Van Halen quote. Like,
okay, yeah. Question for you.
This woman is ripping her heart open, crying about bourbon mushroom burgers. Venus is like trying to kill people. And Ben is like, hey, can you drive 55? Because I sure can't. Like, this guy's barely on the show. This guy is a nothing. Sorry.
Did Jeff actually respond with Van Halen lyrics?
Yeah, he said something about like bottoms up, I guess, which is like a name of a Van Halen. I mean, like, if anyone's gonna make a Van Halen reference, it's gonna be Jeff, who's like 50, can't drive 55, can't drive because he's over 55. Jeff Probst needs to get his driver's license checked by the DMV.
Ooh, Survivor. I was just so happy. I actually wasn't as confident as you. I thought maybe Q was going to go, and I was like, no, I thought Tiff, like I said, I thought she had a great attitude because when she gives her little interview at the end, she was like, well, if you're going to go on Survivor, you might as well go by blindside. I think she was like complimented by it. She was a little flattered by it, which is the right attitude to have. Like that's what they had to do. And She didn't use they flushed that idol. That's what they wanted to do.
No idols have been played this season, I don't think, and all three
Good.
have been flushed, have been successfully flushed. How about you play that? How about you play the dang idol? When you have an idol and everyone knows you have an idol, and they're like, "You're good. You're good. We're
Yeah.
not gonna vote for you." How about you fucking play it, you dummy?
This
I'm with
season,
you.
I can't tell if it's like my
Everyone's a dummy.
manifestation because I put my phone down and started paying attention,
Mm.
but it really feels like this season is for me. And so the only natural thing is for it to keep like everything I want to happen keeps happening. So I think next week Ben and Charlie is out.
Um, I am. I'm a little bit worried for Kenzie in a few ways. Like I
Yeah,
thought
she
that
could also.
her like kind of giving up Tiff, selling out Tiff was going to come back at her. And then on top of it, she didn't actually do like she flipped on the move. She's like, well, let's just get Q out. And now this is like Maria's move, and it feels like Maria's in the kind of driver's seat for the
Oh,
rest
I
of the season.
totally forgot about Maria.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about her. Which is great. She's a Brady All-Star. She's a
we
Brady
have a
All-Star.
lot. No, she's too active in the game. Ben is the Brady All-Star because he
Yeah, he is.
doesn't exist. We got some questions from the Discord. Sign up for the Discord.
The Discord, we're about to get a Liz emoji in the Discord if Spicy
So we did.
Marco.
I added a Liz crying emoji.
Yeah.
I added a Liz. Liz had posted on her Instagram somewhat recently.
Wait, you added these?
I added them.
Oh, wow. I thought it was going to be Spicy Marco. Thank you, Brett.
Yeah. Yeah. Liz at Applebee's. It looks like an airport Applebee's situation. And then I also added just a plain Applebee's logo. So these are
Okay,
all
perfect.
emojis you can use. In
Perfect.
addition to, there are at least 4 different Izzy from BB25 emojis you can use. If you join
Izzy
the
and Liz, if there's an IZ in your name, you're going to deliver.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. A few questions from the Discord. Was Liz from Tullinator? Was Liz being cringe? Was Liz being cringe or good TV in the latest episode? Would you have felt bad for Liz, or would you have felt like she should suck it up because this is what she signed up for? Was Liz only cast for the Applebee spon-con?
I mean, they had to have pre-interviewed and known. The thing is, they are all super fan nerds. Like we've seen this culminate in like Hunter not becoming a doctor instead to build survivor challenges. There's many it all manifests in different ways. For Liz, it's the emotional connection of watching Survivor with her daughter every Wednesday with the Applebee's juicy Bourbon Street burger. I didn't find it chuggy. I found it beautiful. I found it amazing. I mean, she probably is. Yeah, she is probably chuggy because she's a millennial. So we're all chuggy in our ways.
Yeah.
But
And I think we kind of answered this throughout our 33-minute discussion about.
But I 100% love and stand nothing but love and peace to Liz and her ascent to Survivor glory. I did want to say Philip G in the chat says next week Liz is going DEFCON 5. She's a bubbling chocolate lava cake. Maybe, but I'm actually a little sad because she did get rice. I was hoping she wouldn't get the rice because then she would be even more hungry and then have even more iconic moments.
Yeah.
But I think like her blood sugar is going to level out because we have to remember she was really hungry. When you're really hungry, you get like insane. I think she's going to level out next week, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, too, I wouldn't trust Philip with the protection of our great nation or your great nation, Canada, because DEFCON 5 is the lowest DEFCON.
Oh, wow.
DEFCON 1 is DEFCON 1 is like total annihilation, nuclear war. DEFCON 5 is like Freddie Mercury has risen from the dead and like given everyone world peace, and everyone's like, you know what? Like, I think we all just like, I think we all love Queen, and like we're just gonna stop doing wars now. So that was. Sorry, Philip G. You toast. Spicy Marco, the benefactor. What major chain restaurant would make you go, I'm pissed on Survivor if you weren't picked for that reward? And which menu item would be in your order?
100% PF Chang's.
Ooh.
I'd be so pissed. I absolutely love the lettuce wraps.
Oh, those are the chicken.
The chicken, yeah. Really. There's like.
Do you go to PF Chang's a lot?
We don't have PF Chang's in Canada.
Paul Franklin Chang's. You know, PF Chang's is like a total like American thing.
Yeah,
It's not.
I know. I don't care. It's like the best chain restaurant. Like when we used to go to America on spring break when I was younger, it was like we had to go to a mall and get PF Chang's. Like
PF
that
Chang's,
was
yeah.
a part of the American experience.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my parents live in a neighborhood. The PF Chang's was closed, was turned into a Fogo de Chao. Very, very depressing. Fogo de Chao is good, but
I've never heard of it.
it's too much. It's a Brazilian steakhouse chain
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
where you have the coaster. It's like a red light, green light situation, and then they
Okay.
dole out meats to you if you have a green light. It's
Oh,
good, but it's a once every 5 year sort of treat. It's not.
okay.
You can't go. You can't go once a month. You're gonna die. You're gonna
Right.
literally have a heart attack and die.
Yeah.
So what chain would I go? I do have in my YouTube title today. I For as much talk about Applebee's, I do find I love talking about Applebee's. I do find it to be the worst of the fast casual like
Wow.
family chain, like knickknack chains where like they have like, oh, it's like a skateboard on the wall and like a skeleton and like a dude, a picture of a guy surfing. Applebee's is the worst. TGI
Mm.
Fridays is one step better, and Chili's is the best.
Chili's.
Chili's is better than all of them.
Mm.
What?
Olive Garden, Cheesecake
I've
Factory.
only been to Olive Garden once in my life. Cheesecake Factory is okay. Like, I
Yeah.
think, like, if you wanna truly, like, calorie load, Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
I would go more with, like, a Taco Bell or something like that, or an In-N-Out.
That's
Like, if it
too
were
fast. That's
In-N-Out,
fast food.
I
That's not
know
fast
I
casual.
know it's fast food, but I mean, I guess I don't go to fast casual, dog,
Yeah.
unless I'm literally at an airport and I'm like, "Okay, I guess I need to go to a Chili's TOO right now."
Right.
Um but I think, if they had, like, a In-N-Out if they had In-N-Out on Survivor and it was denied, I think I would to be hon to answer the question honestly, I would have an emotional breakdown if it was In-N-Out, that's a
Yeah.
California staple. We
Cali
have so
boy.
much else to talk about, Danielle.
Yeah.
Th I'm gonna just grab the reins here, sorry.
Okay.
The Applebee's discussion does not end here because I saw a film called Challengers last week. Danielle, you did not get a chance to see it, right?
I have not seen it yet. I'm dying to.
I wanna go s I'm gonna spoil one part of it.
That's fine.
It's a part I've teased, right? Applebee's plays a part in this movie. So I have been like truly since Wednesday night, I've been not truly on cloud nine, but in a way, because I was explaining to a friend last night, I was like, you don't understand. I talk about Applebee's on my stupid podcast a lot. And now they brought Applebee's back on Survivor. And then the sexy love triangle
Film of the summer.
tennis movie also
Yeah.
has Applebee's in it. I'm going to talk about challengers. Challengers are rips. Challengers.
Oh,
So
because you were not hot on challengers.
I did not like the trailer for it.
Yeah.
I did not like the trailer for it. I'll just be honest about what was bothering me about the trailer. It was
Yeah.
very like girl bossy in like a way that was like, what? Like, because it ends with this moment of like Zendaya like putting on sunglasses as like the Rihanna song like swells and it's like, oh, she's cool. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, that's like the hot, like that's like the big like moment of the trailer is someone putting on a pair of sunglasses. You gotta be kidding me. This movie's awesome. This movie is incredible.
All right. I'm even more excited to see it.
This movie is electric.
Ooh.
I gotta. This is where it starts and ends for me. I don't want to spoil it too much. I highly recommend people. It only made like $15 million. I think this movie's probably going to be a bit
I
of
think
like,
it's gonna be word of mouth.
and also like when it gets on like HBO Max or Amazon Prime or Netflix or whatever. I think a lot of people. I mean, also young people like don't see things, but the music in this movie is incredible. You're like, this is a pretty good movie. And it's elevated to like a 9 out of 10 because the music in this movie is incredible. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did the
Oh
music.
yeah.
Like,
well, yeah.
Like it is a return to Social Network for them.
Yeah. Great.
But where a social network is like a computer modem dying a depressed death. This is like 1970s club bangers, like on ecstasy, like
Ooh.
time, cranked up all the way to 11. The music in this movie is incredible, and it is part of the movie. And like anytime the music is ramping up, you're just like, okay, let's go. Shit's about to go down in this movie. And they truly use like really upbeat, like club music to like signal stuff is about to happen in this movie.
Yeah.
And I'd never really seen the two male actors before. Whew, they're pretty good. Josh Connor. What is his
He's
name?
the
Josh
youngest.
O'Connor.
Yeah, Josh O'Connor from The Crown, Prince
He's on The
Charles.
Crown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put this guy in a million movies.
He's
this
good.
guy literally all of the movies.
He's American in it, right?
Yeah, he's British IRL. Make him the new James Bond.
Whoa.
I mean, talk about a guy with some sexual charisma.
Riz?
They say Riz. This guy's Riz. Josh O'Connor, he's British and he's rizzed up.
Okay, that's hard
Like,
to
what are we
combo
doing
to have.
talking about like 40-year-old Aaron Taylor Johnson and his 60-year-old wife? Let's get someone with Riz, baby. Josh O'Connor's got it.
Yeah.
Mike Feist he's pretty good. I mean, he has a kind of a more
He's a cutie.
It's weird because he looks like the little boy from like Love Actually or whatever.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
But,
he's the West Side Story, the Spielberg West Side Story. That's him. He's a dancer.
Yeah. Zendaya is amazing. It's like really, there's like a lot of people in the movie, but it's like, it's just really good. It's basically just the three of them, and it is so fast paced and covers a lot of emotional ground. And here's the thing too, it's like it's sexy in that like the movie is like about three professional athletes who are constantly sweating, and there's a lots of like just slow-mo shots of like someone sweating
abs,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah but it's actually in a completely Gen Z way. It's also the movie is like also somewhat sexless as well. Like sex is a thing in the movie, but they don't show it. If you want to watch people have sex, there's a whole internet for you, I suppose.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I guess.
But
not the answer I was looking for.
In the middle of the movie, two people go to Applebee's.
Right.
And after they go to Applebee's, share a furious and romantic makeout session. Okay. So, can't recommend it enough. Really loved the movie. I've been thinking about it all week. I've been listening to the soundtrack all week. I've been listening to the Boys Noise remix of the entire soundtrack all week.
Whoa.
I loved it. Thank God for Challengers. Thank God for Applebee's.
Wow. TGI Applebee's. Thank God it's Applebee's. I am dying to see it. I did see Civil War, but I'm not going to spend any time talking about it because I thought it was boring, more like Civil Snore, I think is what I said to Brett. I just like, I don't know. Yet another Alex Garland movie where I'm like, okay, I guess. Sure. Like, I respect him. I respect his ability to make art. Go for it. Good job giving Kirsten Dunst something to do. But like, whatever. I watched last night something much more important.
Yes.
To this podcast, which is I had been hyping it up. Speaking of like, speaking of films with with love, with sex, with romance. The Idea of You, starring Anne Hathaway, is a movie I've been hyping up to Brett because I've just been like, this movie is for me. This movie was made for moms to feel
for horny moms.
Horny. Yeah, exactly. To feel horny. To watch and think, oh, yes, even as a mom, and she's a single mom in the movie, but a single mom of a daughter, a la Liz. It's meant to be like, look, we're still hot, we're still desirable, we've got gas in the tank left, honey. And not only that, not only could any man see that,
not just farts.
Yeah, not only could any man see that, but this top pop star based on Harry Styles would see that and fall in love with her. And it's like, I'm watching the trailer and reading the buzz, and I'm thinking this is going to be a nonstop bangathon. Like, I thought this was going to be like kind of smutty and like Adrian Lyne-esque, right? Like,
Mm.
I was so excited. I was like, ooh, Anne Hathaway is going to like get dirty. Like, I was all
And,
about it.
and Hathaway has been doing like her own little press tour for the last month, and all she's doing is talking about like this movie is bringing back the female orgasm. Like
Exactly.
literally, not literally, but like basically that. She's like,
Basically.
this movie is making it all right for women in their 40s to like climax again.
And that's why I
First of
feel
all, we
so
never took that
robbed.
away from you. Keep going, everyone.
I feel so robbed. This movie is so fucking bad. It is so bad.
No
It is.
shit, Danielle.
Yeah, but like, I thought it was gonna be bad in a good way. You know,
Yeah, I
it was
know.
gonna be
No, I
bad
knew
in-
the way. I understood the way in which you were excited for it, especially because of the press tour of like Hathaway's like, not only do I bang in this movie, but it's made me bang harder and better in
than ever
real life.
before. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I thought I was gonna walk away from this feeling satisfied in some way. Okay. This movie is 2 hours and 11 minutes long, and 45 minutes of that, maybe more, is just Anne Hathaway sitting in a chair crying alone. I mean, I
I should watch this movie.
believe the bait and switch that they did on this movie. I just like the writing is so bad. The romance, there is no romance. There's no chemistry. I don't know what people are talking about. This is a terribly made film. Michael Showalter directed this movie, and he has done some good stuff in the past. Like he's the reason, well, he's not the reason. Like he directed the film where Jessica Chastain won her Oscar, right? Like Tammy Faye.
Michael Showalter made this movie?
Yes. Michael Showalter directed this movie.
Does he have like intense gambling debts or something like that?
I don't know. No, I think he's probably like one of
Bezos
these.
have like
He's like a working director who's just like, yeah,
compromise
sure, I'll
on
do
them?
it. No,
No,
I
but
mean,
we love Michael. We love Michael Showalter
of
in this house.
course,
On this
he's
podcast,
had
we love him.
an immense influence on us. But like this, I honestly was a little offended because I was just like, I can't understand the idea. The whole point of this movie is to be like, look, here's a lonely single mom who needs to fall in love again and be like worshipped and like show that she's still got it and like life isn't over, right? Like that's all you need to do in this movie.
Yeah, and then to have like a Harry Styles-esque,
Yes.
you
But
know,
for some reason,
symbol be like, you know what? I could sleep with any young woman I want, but what I really want to do
there's like a
is
maturity here.
perform oral on a 41-year-old woman.
Yes. Okay. And like it's like this kind of double-edged because like they cast Anne Hathaway as this like sad 40-year-old. She's not really sad. She's just like, you know, she's got her life together. She lives in Silver Lake in an amazing house, in an amazing fucking house. She's got this great clothes. She's got long brown hair, like me.
Yeah.
And like she's got this one daughter. And Liz would have loved this film. I don't know if she would have. I think Liz and I would be aligned if this movie sucked. But so you're like, there's no way that Anne Hathaway isn't like really she owns an art gallery. There's no way Anne Hathaway at 40
LA.
living in LA in Silver Lake owning an art gallery, there's no way she's not cooler than 98% of 20 something women. Actually, she's actually cooler than
Oh
them.
yeah, no, she
Like,
would. No, I
but
would.
they make
I
it
would
in-
love to go. I would love to go on a date with the kid is a little bit.
But it's not
disqualifying
like
for
she's
me,
not going to
but-
know the references. She lives in LA, okay? It's not like
Yeah.
she's out of touch. So like, why didn't they set this movie in like the mid fucking West? Why didn't they put it in Iowa and have him fall in love with like a frumpy? Because like they have these scenes of Anne Hathaway putting on like a bathing suit, and then she has to go hang out with like the groupies who are who
Oh.
are dating, and she's like,
And
too
she's like wearing a
ashamed.
one piece. She's, like,
Yeah,
wearing a
exactly.
one-piece.
No, not even. She starts wearing one piece, but then she's like so ashamed that like she can't hold up to these girls in their thongs, so she has to like put on a muumuu. Like you're like, she's Anne fucking Hathaway.
Yeah.
She's got a great body. Like, why would
Gorgeous,
she?
Gorgeous.
And she's, but not only that, but she's in the mindset of a cool 40 something in LA. It's not like she's never seen hot people before. She's surrounded by hot people her
She
entire
is
life.
hot.
So yeah, exactly. Like it's just it doesn't make sense. And then the guy, the Harry Styles character, is obsessed with her. He loves her. He just wants to be with her. And he doesn't even want this is also drove me insane. I was like, time check. We're an hour in. Why haven't they banged yet? I was getting
Yeah.
so mad because they just like exchange glances and she keeps pushing him away. She's like, I can't. It's like, why can't you? No, literally, why? He's an adult. He's 20. They make a point. He's 24 years old. Yes, it's young. So what? What is stopping you? There's literally nothing. What is but she just like is tortured about it. I'm like, I'm not watching this movie to watch Anne Hathaway cry in a chair. I want to see. And then I was like, finally, when they started to like make out and it seemed like they were gonna get frisky, I was like, all right, let's go. Let's see. Where it's on Prime. We can see it all. Just I want to see it all. We didn't see a bun. We didn't see anything. We didn't see anything. We see a couple arms. Like there
Let me
is
tell you.
nothing.
Let me tell you, challengers, you don't see buns, but you see what goes in a bun. That would be a few sausages.
Oh, okay.
You see a few sausages in the movie, if I can recommend something.
Wow. Okay. See, this is what we're looking for. I'm just like, I can't believe I saw some people talking about how they liked the movie. I was like, how is that possible? What's there to like? You like watching a woman cry? If you want to watch the woman cry, watch Survivor. Like, what are you talking about? So I just give it 2 very enthusiastic thumbs down. I can't believe Anne Hathaway lied to me like this. I thought this was going to be good. And you know what's even burns me even more is we know that Anne Hathaway can be really sexy and powerful because we saw her as Catwoman. And no one thought she was going to be that hot. And she was hotter than ever. Okay. So like, don't tell me that.
She was. I think what was interesting with this movie is like they were like, Anne, we got this movie about you being single and crying. Can you just like pull a Dakota Johnson? There was like a ripped from like the Dakota Johnson handbook of like promo that she was doing for this movie where it was like a little like tongue in cheek. It was a little provocative. It was a little unhinged. And this is what we're like, okay. This movie, to your point, could be bad, but it might be fun bad. At least there might be strong, heavy touching in this movie. No.
I mean, they do have sex. Like, I hope I'm not misrepresenting. They do have it, but it's like the least sexy. It's just like not interesting. At one point, because he's in a band, obviously, so they have to have him sing. But I was just like, I know Anne Hathaway is dying to be like, I sing too. Like, I was in Les Mis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See that gold thing on my mantle? That's an Oscar from singing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I thought like this was just such a flop. I couldn't even. I'm so upset. Why can't I have anything for me? You know.
Challengers is for you. I strongly recommend it.
Okay. I'm gonna see
a few final questions. Skarkle in the live chat on YouTube. Oh, did y'all see that? MILF Manor is back for a second season. This year, the MILFs have a dating pool of young guys and their dads.
Whoa. I did not see it. I can't. It's too depressing to me. I think I talked about how I find it actually kind of depressing on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I'll say another thing about the idea of you is like the whole thing is like she's 40, he's 24. Oh, what a big age difference. And it's like, yeah, that is like, no, that actually is a pretty big age difference. But they don't do anything with it. Like at one point she talks about how she listened to Fiona Apple in college. Perfect opportunity for him to be like, who? Like, how would he know? But they don't take it. They never make it like.
But he's a musician, so he's like, yes, I like Fiona Apple as well.
He didn't even say that. He was just like, okay. Oh. But like, there's like a lot of wealth to the a wealth of ideas to be explored with the fact, and they talk about how like her husband left her for a younger woman who's as young as this guy, and that's not a big deal. But for her, because she's a woman, it's like a big deal that she would date a guy that young. But I'm like, but they don't do anything with it. They need to show them watching like, you know, the Flintstones or something. And she's like, I love this show, and he doesn't know it. Or like the whatever, The Simpsons. I don't know. They need to. It was never an issue. There was no problem with it whatsoever, except for what she made up in her mind. Okay, sorry. Any other questions?
There's one more I missed in the Discord. Jump for joy. What do you think your outfit would be for Survivor?
I think this is great because I thought about this while I was watching because I think Kenzie so clearly they were like, "You are purple, you are Miss Purple. Bring us a lot of
Well, that
purple."
well, no, they have that for everybody. There was a good TikTok video I watched about the costuming for Survivor. They know what the tribe colors are in advance. So this year was like purple, orange, and green. So they tell every contestant, send us a few purple outfits, send us a few green outfits, send us a few orange ones, and we're going to give you back your clothes when it's time to get on the boat, and we're just going to tell you
Yeah.
what tribe you're on.
Well, she really
So
stuck with it. She really looks great in purple. I think I would have to pick purple too. I don't like those other colors,
no, but
orange
what
and red on
pieces
me.
would you pick? What kind of
What would set me apart? I'd bring
yeah, like
suspenders.
would you have a leather vest?
I'd bring
Would you be one
piano
of these would you
suspenders.
be one of these kinda like middle-aged business people who's like they're
Let
doing
me bring my
the
blazer.
yeah, where it's like, "Oh, for tribal, I'm wearing a blazer that's been
I'd be
damaged
like
by
Anne
this."
Hathaway, and I'd bring a muumuu because I'm ashamed to be seen amongst the young people. I mean, what can I say? I don't have any like I can't say that I have a piece of clothing that's like my signature look.
Not to mention everyone's kinda just wearing, like, bathing suit and, like, a tank top.
Yeah,
So,
well, we discussed for you, you'd be like theater boy. You'd wear your fedora.
my what?
You'd wear a fedora
Fedora?
and your Les Mis t-shirt.
Danielle, next week, after we record our podcast,
Yeah.
I'm going to a Renaissance fair.
Yes, me lord. You saw that video of the wench. There was like this viral video at a
Oh, I'm
Renaissance
gonna
fair of like
find a wench. I'm gonna find a
yeah.
wench
Well, she like
to
made the guy put his hands in the thing and she fed him a beer very sexually.
oh.
Um Brett saw that and was like, I
Yeah,
gotta get my tickets.
was that in the idea of ye?
I wish. It was hotter. Let me tell you, that 90-second clip was hotter than anything that happened in The Idea of You. Do not see if anyone watches The Idea of You after me talking about it on this podcast, you're banned. You're banned. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, what I'm really glad I had this time to work through because you're getting me really fresh. I watched it last night and I was like steaming
Yeah,
mad last night. So
yeah.
thanks for letting me work through that. I'm as mad as Liz. See, this is what happens when you're a mother of a daughter in your 30s.
And something promised to you is taken away.
Oh my gosh. Philip G in the chat, the idea of Q. That's what I should have used as my little lower third.
Sounds like an episode of Star Treks.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for being part of the Discord. We're getting some these hot emojis in the Discord. I sent a chat the other day saying like, "Oh my gosh, Big Brother feels like it's soon." Maybe it's because the weather here is so nice, but I'm like, "Ooh, it's almost Big Brother season."
It generally starts in the last week of June, though the last few years they've I mean, last year they did
They've
it in like
pushed to
August. Like,
July.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would think that maybe like post July 4th, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get
Because
an
we used to see
announcement
this
soon. We'll get
soon,
an announcement
baby.
soon.
Thank
Oh,
you all.
one other thing.
Yes.
Jeffy announced at an event, Survivor 50 all returners.
Liz Jelinski.
Oh my God.
That's
Liz
it.
Jelinski.
Q.
Q. That would've been
Yeah.
great.
That's it.
Even in this episode too, Jeff was like, longest this immunity challenge ever went, 38 minutes, Mike Gabler. And I was like, remember Gabler?
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know if that's an all-star.
no. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for being here and your questions and comments. Join the Discord. We'll be back next week. Bye,
We love
Jeffy.
you. We love you all so much. Bye,
We do.
Jeffy.
We do.